Today, we have some oranges and red apple and brown sugar. Be brown. We're gonna do a little bit more. I like adding a few cranberries just for Q-tip. Colin, stop talking. And just the, what is this called? Rind. Thanks, Colin. The rind. Flesh. The pretty part of the orange. This next question isn't quite as, sweet. Hey peeps, it's Carmeon Hamilton, Memphis-based interior designer, HGTV talent and host extraordinaire, and a girl that just loves to have a good time with a cocktail or two. And we are back with the finale of season 1, Crafts, Cocktails, and Conversations with Carmeon. And I'm solo today. And you're probably wondering why. And one, because this particular craft is a special one. I wanted to take it on pretty much by myself. But also, I wanted this conversation to be with you guys. We asked and you guys sent in all of your questions and I'm going to be answering them all here. So I hope you guys are ready for this combo because y'all asked some good questions. Okay, while I am asking and answering myself these questions, we are prepping for tonight's shindig. It's a cocktail party. What's the holidays without a party? And what's the holidays without an easy, batchable cocktail? Today's cocktail, sangria, a red wine-based sangria at that. So sangria is one of those things you can't mess up, and it's almost one of those throw in the baby with the bathwater kind of cocktails. All you need is a wine, a brandy, some fruit, a little bit of sugar, and you're good to go. Today, we have some oranges and red apple and brown sugar, because we brown. Okay, starting with, let's go with the tablespoon. We need 2 to 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. And it's good to dump that in first or second, because after our brown sugar is the fruit. So I'm gonna throw in a couple orange slices and some apple, diced apple. You want this to be small enough in the instance people get a little hungry while they're drinking, they can have a little snack. So we have our fruit and our sugar. Next up, red wine. And you want pretty much the whole bottle. She is brave doing this in a white shirt. We're saving some room for the star of the show, a little brandy. Now, I hear it's supposed to be like 1/3 of a cup or something like that, or maybe a half, or maybe a whole cup, whatever's on your spirit today. I think I'm gonna go with a half for now. And I might need a straw to drink some of this down because we gotta leave room for orange juice. Let's see, this is 3/4 of a cup of orange juice. And let's see how much this picture is going. So that's the problem with cute pictures. You need one of those like house pitchers that you put your Kool-Aid in. That's actually the better thing to mix this in. But what's an interior designer without aesthetics and pretty things? But I do miss my grandma's Kool-Aid pitcher. Shout out to Earl. You get the picture. Okay, we're spilling, and that's fine. You know what? Orange juice is optional. That's what we're gonna call it, because it's about the wine and the brandy. Okay, so this is as mixed as it's gonna get. Mix it up, let this chill for a couple hours before you party. Then when everybody gets in, ooh, you just pour over ice. A whole lot better than I do. All right, now let's get this cocktail garnished and get these questions kicked off. You want to throw in a couple orange slices. I like adding a few cranberries just for, they go in the glass. Cranberries on top for color. I don't like having big orange slices hanging off the side of a cocktail. Let's leave those in the club, okay? Take a pick. These can be found anywhere. Amazon is probably your best bet, but you can find them anywhere. You can find cocktailware, barware, anything like that. I love taking a cocktail pick and taking the flesh of the orange. You can cut this up. This is just 2 pieces, poked really pretty on the pick. Hang it off the side of your glass, and there you go. Cheers. Yeah, that's good. Now, let's get into these questions, because you guys asked some good ones. Someone wanted to know, hence all of my travels, and also my love for Memphis, where have I had my favorite cocktail? And as much as I want to say Memphis, I have to say New York. New York has provided some pretty wonderful cocktails in my day. And I think my favorite cocktail came from my last visit to New York. It was the Seville Bar, I think that's the name of it. And it was a rosemary something bourbon whiskey something smash. I don't remember, it was a good night, but it was so good. And they had their rosemary all the way up to here, looked like a Christmas tree. Everybody kept asking me what was I drinking that had a Christmas tree in it. I'm like, y'all don't know what rosemary looks like? But you can't ask people that at 1 o'clock in the morning, because don't nobody know what anything looked like at that time. But it was good. So, New York City. Next question. B324, somewhere in there. Who would I love to have a cocktail with? And I'm gonna spin it to who would I manifest to have on Crafts, Cocktails, Conversations with Carmeon? Hey, Issa Rae, girl, what you doing? So I need you to bring a little bit of your Prosecco. Come on down to Memphis and we can make a fabulous cocktail and have a great conversation. So, Issa Rae. All right, let's clean up and start this craft. All right, friends, so this particular craft is a little bit on the advanced side, but if you're a beginner, don't worry. It'll just take you a little bit more time. Don't worry, that just means a little bit more sangria, okay? Get your picture, it'll be good, it'll be good. Okay, we are making the infamous bubble chandelier, but this time we're using Christmas ornaments, okay? These are super inexpensive at any craft store during the holiday season. It is great to grab these post holidays because they go on sale. You know, everything is like 50% off at the craft stores related to holiday. So go grab all the clear ornaments you can find. Getting the largest size is also a great idea because you'll need fewer of them, but it's also pretty interesting if you include these with some varied size clear bulbs, but you want to go for the clear. Now, along with your clear ornaments, you will need some chicken wire, some gloves because this chicken wire is unforgiving. Also, you'll need the gloves for working with some ink, spray paint, zip ties, and depending on the size light fixture you're wanting to make, you'll want some type of form. This is a wreath form that's about 20 inches in diameter. The fixture we're making today for my house is about 32 inches in diameter. So what we did, and I'll show you in a second, is purchase 2 of these, crack one open, spread them out, wrap them back together for a larger form. But go into any craft store. These forms come in various sizes. Look for embroidery hoops. You could use a hula hoop and spray paint it if you want something bigger. The world is your oyster, but you want something round. All right, now to get started, you want to work on a protected surface because this ink and this spray paint are gonna drip purposefully. So first up, you want to take your ornaments. Pop the tops off your ornaments. I have a few here that we're gonna work with today. This look I'm going for is a little bit of an antiqued brass, almost turquoise looking fixture. A lot of these fixtures, you see them like frosted white or iridescent looking. Sometimes you even see them clear. I love the look of the clear, but for a DIY project, it is very unforgiving because you'll see the chicken wire and your lights and all that stuff through the clear bulb. So that's why we're using ink and spray paint. You can also use an acrylic paint if you want a more opaque look and have a very specific color. If this is going in the kids' room, which would be really cute, doing these in various shades of the kids' decor, like some pastels for a girl's room, or even like a solid cobalt blue for a boy's room, that would be cool. Mine in particular is a little glam. So I just got my nails done and I'm not about to play with this ink, so gloves it is. Wrap it up, friends. Okay, ink. You can find this alcohol-based ink in lots of colors. I have an assortment of browns, like very warm tones. This color is called Latte. So we're going to take off our tops and squirt this directly into the bottom of our ornament. And you can already see kind of the effect that this gives. But you want to rotate your ornament with this ink so you're covering your base. But if you let it sit, you see kind of how it drips. You see it's raining inside. You want to keep that ink moving around as much as possible. So it's good to turn it upside down and spin it like a helicopter. Get some coverage. You want to let this dry upside down, just like this, for probably about 20 minutes or so. Give it 30. Enjoy your break with your sangria. But I'm gonna do that to all 4 of our ornaments. See, I was playing, or wasn't playing about my nails, but was brave enough to wear this white shirt. I told y'all. Be careful while you're spinning it like a helicopter. Anyway, let's get into these questions. So this particular question is pretty good. It's nice and safe. It reads, you've been quite the traveler this year. If you could spend the holidays anywhere abroad, where would it be and why? And if I were to be anywhere else besides home, it would definitely be Ghana. Ghana is still on my list of places to go. It was somewhere Marcus and I absolutely had on the top of our list to travel to together and to take Davin. And so I think the holidays are the perfect time to head to South Africa, especially the Western Coast. You know, it's return, what do they call it? The return, dang it. The return, anyway, it's every year. And one day I am going. You're gonna catch me in Ghana in all my garb, kicking it for New Year's on the African continent. So this next question isn't quite as, sweet, Question reads, what is your dating life like as a public figure? Y'all, it's just like dating as a regular person, okay? Like, the girls are out here struggling, and so is Carmeon. That's all I can really say. You know, I can't tell if there's this intimidation factor or not. Ultimately, I mean, I don't know. I don't get approached at all. I tried the apps, and that is so overwhelming. Like, I can't deal. Like, I'm on the apps, and then I wake up in the morning, and then there's like 300 people that have swiped on me, and then I close the app, and I can't do it. Like, I don't know. But as far as the apps are concerned, terrible. In person, non-existent. I have been on a couple dates, I will say that, and that's all I'm gonna say. All right, so while our ink is drying, that is step one. While they're drying, it's time to build out your framework for your actual fixture. So grab your form of whatever size and your chicken wire and some wire cutters, and we'll build this out. All right, your completed form should look like this. Now, this is just 2 of those wreath frames that I separated and expanded and gave them some little reinforcement of wire on either side where they overlapped. The trick to forming your chicken wire is rolling out your chicken wire, placing your form on top, and seeing where to cut your chicken wire. And any excess, because of course chicken wire is rectangle, your form is likely going to be circle, you fold over those edges. It's good to have some gloves on to protect your fingers or to clamp down with your wire cutters and just squeeze that wire around the edges. It doesn't have to be perfect because your ornaments are going to cover all of this up. But this is what you're going for. A nice little prison cell. Now that our forms are done, it is time for step 2 of our ornaments. Our ink is nice and dry. We now have this beautiful like amber color. Now it's time to add some spray paint. Now, the trick to this, you might want to do this outside, but I'm a professional, so just don't try this at home. I like shake up our spray paint. You want to mix it, but you're aiming towards the bottom of your ornament. This is going to pull, so it'll be another instance where you don't want the paint to stand still too long. You kind of want to keep that swirling action going and then sit it down to dry so the drips actually become part of the effect of the ornament. So, shake it up, aiming towards the butt of the ornament. This is what is going to make our ornaments opaque so we don't have all the visibility to our chicken wire and our lights that we'll put in. Now, do this for all of your ornaments. I have about 45. Considering the size of the chandelier that I'm wanting, you gotta do this 45 times. So, with that time, let's answer some more questions, okay? Who's your celebrity crush, or have you been hit up by a celebrity? Child, I don't have a celebrity crush. Well, okay, I'll take that back. One that I find incredibly attractive, but he's too young for me. Hey, Kobe. That's all I'll say. Question is, what happened with my latest HGTV project? What happened to the show? So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a little bit about television. In the world of TV, you only see about 10% of the things that actually get produced in the world. There's something being shot in the whole entire world of entertainment every day. Something's being shot every day. production companies are hitting up networks, are hitting up streaming platforms all the time. Like, I got this idea, or here's this thing I've already made. Remember how many people are on YouTube, how many people are already self-producing things, hoping to get them on some kind of platform. Things are being shot every day. The amount of things that are actually picked up, this much. Me and my project in particular just so happened to be caught in the middle of the writer strike and things that were happening with the switch up in the world of entertainment. Like, even though I don't have writers for my show, a lot of the things related to my show affected a lot of people that are required to make a show. So although there's a writer strike, there are things happening at networks where networks aren't paying production companies. The money's not rolling in. And if your project isn't one of those big blockbuster projects like Rock the Block or the Barbie Dream Home special that you saw on HGTV, like, if they're not those big, almost self-marketing productions, then networks are not quick to put money behind those projects. And so what happens is those things get put on a shelf, and you hope and pray that maybe they get visited later down the line. But ultimately, I'm just like one of the other thousands and thousands of talents and project makers that it just didn't work out. That's ultimately what happens. It just didn't work out. But that also means there's always something around the corner. So one thing goes away, there's something else and somebody else calling the next day. So stay tuned. All right, so next question is, what is one of my favorite holiday memories? Our first holiday, our first Christmas, all dressing up in matching pajamas. And my family's tradition at Christmas is to go to Dallas. So my Marcus's side of the family, we did Thanksgiving together and did early Christmas, but actual Christmas, we went to my side of the family and went to Dallas. And my family in Dallas, it's like my dad, all of his sisters, all my cousins, like, it's a big deal. And that particular Christmas, I don't even think it was supposed to be a thing, but I had the foresight. Also, I'm very terrible at planning ahead at Christmas time, which is why we've never had a holiday card. I had the foresight to buy us all matching pajamas. And so we woke up Christmas morning, and I remember snapping the picture of Marcus and Davin standing beside my aunt's Christmas tree in their matching blue plaid pajamas. And that picture is seared in my head to this day. Davin was he was on the younger side. I think he was about 6, so he still looked tiny. And him dressed like his dad, they're both plaid flannel pants and blue long sleeve plain t-shirts. Nothing special about these pajamas at all, but that's the first time we all wore matching pajamas. That's also the last time we wore matching pajamas. So there's nothing particularly special about that Christmas, but that memory is seared in my head just because I remembered to buy pajamas ahead of time, and they look so cute together in their matching pajamas. We also did not take a picture together with the 3 of us at all. So there's that. While your ornaments are drying, grab you another glass, hit your refill, and I'll show you how to put this all together. All right, now that your ornaments are dry, you got your caps back on, but let's talk about the variation that comes with handmade products. No two will be the same, and that is the glory of beautiful elements of your home, especially those things that you're making yourself. So with the ink and the spray paint, they're 2 different alcohols. They're going to react differently. So every single one of your ornaments will probably look vastly different from the other. You have some stippling here, you have some pooling in this one, but that's the glory of it being handmade. It's that much more unique, there's that much more of a story behind it, and it's that much more one of a kind. That's why we do what we do. Also, this is just fun, and who cares what it looks like? It's gonna look really good by the time it's all assembled. It may not be your favorite ornament standing alone, but it will stand amongst many, and it will likely turn out to be your favorite by the time it's all done. Now, let's get these assembled. I am starting with the perimeter. The last thing you want is a gap in the finished perimeter. So start with the outer rim. We are taking zip ties, and these are the clear version. Yeah, they look kind of white, but they're clear. But you don't want to do black unless you are working with black ornaments or something like that. Go with the color that will likely disappear amongst the design that you're creating. These are clear. We are zip tying these to the perimeter and in through our fishing wire. As you loop through, you want to fish it through your chicken wire and pull the zip tie as tight as possible, securing that ornament to your frame. Just like that. And as you can see, I have a few going here. I like to cut all of mine off at the end. It just feels like I'm saving a step. You can cut as you go, but that's totally up to you. Now, I'm gonna whip up the perimeter here, start to fill in, and get to these rapid fire questions. Wings or barbecue? Definitely going wings. What you don't know, Memphis will kill your city in barbecue and wings, but come here for the wings. Start one, bench one, cut one. Kobe, Mike, and LeBron. Start one, bench one, cut one. I am cutting. Ooh. Hold on, when are they playing? They playing today? Okay, start one, bench one, cut one. I am starting Michael Jordan. I am cutting. I am cutting. Can I bench too? I am cutting. I'm cutting LeBron and benching Kobe. Like. So one of the great things about any DIY project or a project that you're kind of making up as you go, as I did with this one before, is I wanted to figure out a beautiful way to hang these ornaments. They're suspended from the ceiling, so that's part of the fixture. I remembered, as part of my Christmas decorations of the past, wrapping my tree in plumber's chain. That's another tip for you guys. Like, go through your hardware store and see all the things that will be beautiful wrapped around your tree. I wanted something shiny and metal around my tree a long time ago, so I just had this plumber's chain on hand. Yes, this is the stuff that's hooked up to the flange and the flapper inside your tank in your toilet. Plumber's chain, but it's beautiful and it's brass, and I remembered I had it and thought that it would be the perfect accent to hanging this particular fixture. But since mine is suspended, I wanted the suspension portion to be beautiful as well. So all I did was wire the ends, which are little loops, and you can clip these and adjust it. That's the perfect thing about a chain. Wire the ends to my wreath frame, 4 different lengths, combine them all at the center for balance. I used a bracelet of all things, and then they come together as one chain suspended from a hook in the ceiling, and that's how I got it up. Suspended in midair. And now that I'm looking at it, like, I am loving what I'm seeing, but I'm also seeing a few gaps. And I mentioned you could get these ornaments in different sizes. I had these on hand and have spray painted them, and I'm filling in various areas like this one. So it's a good way to fill in any gaps with any various size ornaments. So I'll get this one zip tied in, and we'll get some lights in this fixture. Okay, when it comes to lighting this thing, now we've all seen these fairy lights, twinkle lights. Did you know that there are options that come with a remote control? This is the key to operating this light fixture, unless you are configuring this around an existing light fixture. This is going to loop through our chicken wire. This is gonna loop through our chicken wire, and I have 3 different packs for enough light. What these will do, sit in the chicken wire like a basket, and I'll get these all on and operated, ready to shine some light. All right, so last rapid fire question. What was my first cocktail and when? So, freshman year of college, I was 18. My first cocktail, technically, I guess like everybody else, I had beer at 12, but oh my God, I gagged so hard. Like it wasn't even enough to swallow. It like touched my tongue and it was like, no. One of my cousins gave it to me. My actual first drink, I was 18, freshman in college. It was Friday's pre-mixed Long Island iced tea. And it was so good that I sat down with my 2 friends, hi Candace and Therese, sat down with my 2 friends. We drank almost the entire bottle. It felt like it was a liter at the time, but we sat in the floor of the dorm room, passing this bottle around, and sat for hours. I think like playing cards or something, I don't remember. But by the time we were done, I stood up to leave, and like upon standing up, immediately felt like what it feels like to be drunk. And the night just got progressively worse from there. I had to hug the wall on my way out of the dorm, and immediately upon fresh air hitting my face outside, it was over. All of my insides were outside, and that continued to be the case for the rest of the night. I think I fell asleep on my friend's living room floor, like face down. That was my first and last time having Long Island iced tea. You can't even pay me to drink a Long Island iced tea to this day. Absolutely not. You can keep it. All right, our light is up. It is beautiful and it is ready for a party. I have a couple friends coming over because what is all of this for if it isn't for gathering? Go ahead, grab all your friends, get your cocktails together, because if nothing else, what is all of this for? The holidays are all about gathering. I hope you guys took an opportunity taking this time with me, watching this series, to come together with your friends, your family. I mean, if you sans cocktails, you can do all of these with your kids as well. But the point is gather, connect. This is a time to get close to the people that you care about the most. This also concludes or wraps the holiday edition of Crafts, Cocktails, and Conversations with Carmeon Hamilton. Stay tuned to next season.